came to an audience and I spoke to them about the futility of motivation. That motivation in itself is a useless concept. Motivation is like trying to push a car from behind. Real energy, real action comes from understanding, not motivation. That is when we say that the car is working, is moving with its own engine, from the power, the effort generated by its own engine. Otherwise, motivation cannot help. And they were very happy. Applause and this and that, and wow, we have been told something wonderful. And mind you, the entire session was about the futility, the uselessness of motivation. So I asked them, well, so what is it that you have learned today? Let me, please. And half the audience said, a highly motivating session, and we want more such motivation in the future. Please visit us every month so that we are not demotivated. And they were really, really grateful that I had motivated them. Now, was this what I was saying to them? 2 hours, I did whatever I could to bring home to them that motivation cannot come from outside. It has to come from your own understanding. The source of real energy and real action is your own understanding. But then they say, we are so grateful, you have motivated us. If I have motivated you, then your motivation will go away when I go. Your motivation came with me and will go away with me. Were they really understanding? If you give me 150 different responses, are you really understanding? Now, how can you understand when half of you are busy with your neighbors? How can you understand when even at this moment you are whispering something in the ears of your neighbor? Understanding is not a difficult art or something. But understanding becomes impossible when I am not available to understand. When I am not there in the present moment. It's not at all difficult to understand how this fan works in case I want to control it. It is not at all difficult. That audience could not understand because it was filled up with other thoughts. And you will not be able to understand if even as I speak to you, you are thinking or have busied yourself with miscellaneous occupations. When you are listening, you have to just listen and only listen. And understanding is so simple. It is there. You don't have to do anything to understand. Mind you, you don't have to do anything to understand. You just have to make yourselves available. And when I say make yourselves available, I do not mean that bring your bodies and pile them up on this chair. That does not mean making yourselves available. I'm talking about the entity that understands. Your mind, you have to make it available. You have to empty it of all distractions, all thoughts. But see how difficult it is. See how difficult it is. How can I have self-control, Aditya, when I do not watch myself? When I do not understand and attend to myself? And where is myself? Is myself somewhere there, here, found in some book, contained in some great theorems? Myself is here. It cannot ever leave me. But do I watch myself? Even as I am speaking, are we watching ourselves? Are we seeing how our thoughts are wandering? Are we seeing how our thoughts are wandering? Are we seeing that in the past 20 minutes itself, what all have we thought of and to which all places have we been? You see, my friend here is recording with his video camera, and unfortunately, all technology present today can only record that which is gross. So if he records this audience, he'll find that all these bodies are sitting here. But if a camera could be invented which could also record attention, then we'll find that half or more seats are intermittently vacant. Understanding does not mean being physically present. Understanding means watching myself, the way I bring myself into the campus. Which chair do I choose to sit down and why? If I enter a classroom and if I find that I'm always in search of the chair at the bottom, then what am I saying? Is it not a proof enough that I'm living a life of boredom? But then I'm not attentive to myself. I do not see what is happening with me. I do not watch how afraid I am, how insecure I am. If all the time I'm thinking about the prospects of a job, what kind of placements will I get in the 4th year? What kind of placements, this and that, then I am not attentive to myself. These random wandering thoughts, they keep entering me, and their objects, they keep entering me, and I'm just a slave to them. I do not watch them, I do not understand them. Do you see, even at this moment, as I say this to you, 1,000 thoughts are cropping up. You want self-control? Then just look at those thoughts. You will understand what the self is all about. And once you have understood it, control is no longer needed. Understanding it is controlling it. In fact, the very desire to control may cease once you understand. The very desire to control will drop once you understand. It is something very, very basic and very simple that I am trying to say, which is, you cannot control, do not move a step ahead till you understand. And once you have understood, you will automatically see the way ahead. Do not move forward, do not be in a hurry to do things without understanding. Are you getting it, Adit?
Yes.
Are the rest of us, at least some of us, getting it?
Yes.
And you don't have to go too far to understand yourself. Just watch your daily life. Watch the quality of your relationships. What kind of people have you gathered around you? Why are you studying? Why did you take admission in this engineering course? Watch it. Understand it. And then you will see why there is so much of restlessness. Why life is never fully satisfied. Why you are always in search of entertainment and adventure. Because daily life is boring, and how can daily life be fulfilling when I am just a slave to external factors? Hence I am constantly looking for something to, pep me up. Weekend parties, going here and there, getting entertainment, buying some gadgets, looking at the latest models of bikes and this and that, any kind of excitement, titillation. Watch this happening with you. And it is available to you for observation because you are always with yourself. Can't you watch? Can't you just see? It is difficult, is it? Is it difficult? It is not. And once you have understood, then you may find that there is hardly any need for control. Understanding is sufficient. Listen, friends, I am not here to talk down some philosophy to you. I too am an engineer. I have been through all this that you are going through. I was once in second year. I have been through placements. I have been through 5 corporate jobs and the most coveted government job as well. What is right now a desire for you? Just a dream, a distant vision? I have experienced all that. I am not coming from imagination. And it is not that I do not know your contexts. I understand what the mind of an engineering student is like in his second year. And it is the same everywhere, be it a UPTU campus or be it an IIT campus. Are you getting it? All that is being said, every single word is deeply, completely, 100% relevant to you. Kindly do not think that this is theoretical or impractical or this and that. No, it is not. I'm not here to talk some theoretical concept to you. We are talking life, our own life. It is available. It is not a thought or a concept. It is a reality, right? It is a reality. We are living it day in and day out. So any of you who are erecting this resistance, that you know all this sounds a little too vague or a little too impossible for me, all this sounds a little too practical, baat nahi lag rahi hai. Any of us who are raising that kind of a resistance to listening, please do not raise that resistance. Every single word is for you and is deeply, deeply relevant. All right? Yes. Who will be the next one? Adit. Were we together on that? At least a little bit? All right. Yes.